Boro Aboye, today I was reflecting on my intro to Orisha Lifestyle, the first series of divinations that were done for me. They were performed, of course, by my first teacher, Baba Lade Olamina, who is an Obaluaye priest. And I remember Baba Lade would make these predictions and he would give me information about myself that was so uncanny, and I was amazed. And I said, one day I remember asking, Baba Lade, how does this work? How does this work? And he said, like, you rookie, Obafemi, nobody knows how it works. No one can tell you how it works. We just know if you do things the way you're supposed to do them, you'll get the results that you're trying to get, you know? And so that prompted me to share the lesson of today. I'm Obafemi Origunwa, by the way, and this is the School of Orisha Studies. And today's lesson is about the future. As an African American practitioner, um, I remember um, divination was a powerful experience for me. It still is a very powerful experience for me. Still is, just as much as it was in the beginning. But I remember in those first days, those first years, um, divination fascinated me because this was the first chance that I could uh, look at the future. I could predict, I could anticipate with a high level of reliability what's going to happen next. So over time, what happens is as you become more and more comfortable with divination, you start to look more to the future. You start to wonder and ask more questions about what's going to happen. Okay, and that's great. It's a fantastic tool. It's very useful. But I want to throw out a little cautionary word there, wave a little cautionary flag to say that if you get too preoccupied with the future, though, you're actually killing the present. If you get too preoccupied with the future, you kill the present because you start obsessing about what's going to happen next. You start sacrificing and doing all kinds of things to address what's going to happen somewhere on the horizon. But at the same time, it becomes detrimental if you're not doing things in the present that will create the environment and the circumstances that will be conducive to what you want to see in the future. And so what happens? You end up, you know, having to go back and fix it. So if you don't prepare in the present, you got to come back and repair it in the future. If you don't prepare it in the present, you got to come back and repair it in the future, right? Even if you divine, even if you sacrifice, even if you do the observances, if you're not looking at the specific things that you need to learn and do and develop in the present, you're going to leave some gaps and you're going to have to come back and fix it and fill it. Okay. So I offer to that extent, right, or to that end, a spectrum of books, a spectrum of courses, a spectrum of classes and learning experiences that are designed to prepare you. These are all the things that you need to know and do before you get initiated, before you become, obligated ritually, before you are bound to one divinity or one lineage or one tradition. Before you do any of those things, you need to prepare. And that's what I'm offering you in the School of Orisha Studies, in the Orisha Lifestyle Academy, through my personal services that I do with people one on one. All of these are intended to prepare you more and more and more so you don't have to go back and do so much repair later on. Okay? So I want you to take advantage of the opportunities to prepare yourself today to create the kind of a future that you want to grow into tomorrow and the day after and for many generations to come. Aboru aboye. Aboshishe.